Hi, in today's discussion, let's talk about stocks. What is stocks? Stocks represent an ownership in a company. A share is a unit of ownership of a corporation's profit and assets. Ownership can be quantified by dividing the number of shares owned by the number of shares issued. When a person owns stock in a company, the individual is called shareholder and is eligible to claim part of the company's residual assets and earnings should the company ever have to dissolve. A shareholder may also be referred to as stockholder. The terms stock, shares, and equity are used interchangeably in modern financial language. Stock market consists of exchanges where investors can buy and sell individual shares of a company. Let's look at illustration 1. Suppose 4 people form a business with each contributing $1 million. If this amount is equivalent to 1 share, then each one owns 1/4 of the business. So we have share 1, share 2, share 3, and share 4, a total of 4 share in this business. So therefore, each person owns 1/4 of the business. Illustration 2. Suppose another 4 people form a corporation with the following contribution. Person A is equal to $15 million, person B is equal to $20 million, and both person C and D have $25 million each. If $5 million is one part of the business, then person A owns 3/17, person B owns 4/17, and both person C and D owns 5/17 each. As you can see, person A owns 3 shares, person B owns 4 shares, person C owns 5 shares, and person D owns 5 shares as well. A total of 17 shares, so that each ownership is equal to the number of share divided by the total number of share. As a business grows, it needs raising enough money to finance its expansion. There are usually 2 options to address this problem. The business can either borrow money from the bank or sell part of it to investors. Banks don't always lend money to businesses. Thus, a common choice involves issuing stocks. Let's look at the third illustration. Google is a publicly traded company owned by a group of shareholders. Founders of Google, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, own most of the shares of the company. As of March 2020, Page holds approximately 40.1 million shares of Alphabet Class C stock. This is the parent of Google. And Sergey Brin is currently the shareholder with the second largest stake of Alphabet Class C shares, holding approximately 38.9 shares. In February 18, 2020, 1 share of Alphabet Class C is approximately $1,500. After 1 year, as of today, February 18, 2021, the price of each share has reached to around $2,100. If Page and Brin still have those approximate number of shares, the 4.1 million for Larry Page and 38.9 million for Sergey Brin, how much is the increase in the worth of their stocks after 1 year? So let's look at this table. The approximate number of shares for Larry Page is 4.1 million and for Sergey Brin is 38.9 million. The price per share last year, that's February 18, 2020, is approximately $1,500, and the price today, February 18, 2021, is approximately $2,100. If we multiply Larry Page's approximate number of shares to the price share last year, it would be a worth of staggering $60,150,000,000. And for Sergey Brin, this would be $58,350,000,000. Now the price has increased to around $2,100, and so the current worth is $84 210 million US dollars. If we get the difference, the gain or the appreciation in price would be 24 billion 60 million US dollars. And for Sergey Brin, we have the worth of his shares for the price of 2,100 US dollars. This would be 81 billion 690 million US dollars. The difference is 23 billion 340 million dollars. I can't actually comprehend these numbers right now, so if we look at these values, if I try to comprehend these numbers, the Philippines, as of today, February 18, 2021, has a population of 110,500,000. And if this amount, 24 billion, is divided by the number of the population of the Philippines, let's see that, this gain divided by this number. As you can see, each Filipino can actually receive 217.74 US dollars. That's not bad. And similarly for Sergey Brin, if he tries to donate this to each Filipino citizen, this would be equal to his gain divided by the number or the population of the Philippines as of today, February 18, 2021. That would be 211.22 US dollars. I'm just trying to play with these numbers. Okay, so let's go back to our discussion. Now, how do you earn in stocks? A stockholder can make money from a stock in two ways. One, when earnings are paid out in the form of dividends. And two, when there is an increase in share price. In my example, both Larry Page and Sergey Brin earn from the increase of the share price. The total stock return on investment is the sum of appreciation in the price and dividends paid divided by the original price of the stock. So suppose you own shares of a company which just paid you $20 per share in an annual dividends. If the original price per share is $500 and the current price per share is $550, the total stock return on investment is the quotient of the sum of the appreciation in price and dividends and the initial stock price. So that would be the difference of $550 and 500 plus 20 divided by 500 is equal to 0.14, or your total stock return on investment would be 14%. So say for example, you have an investment of $1,000. Your $1,000 would gain 14%. That would be equal to $140. Not bad for an investment of 1,000 US dollars. So let's see more examples. Exercises. Find the total stock ROI for the following stocks. Take note of the formula. The total stock ROI is equal to the quotient of the sum of appreciation in prices and dividend and initial stock price. So stock number 1. The initial price is 24.4 US dollars and the ending stock price is 38.32. So therefore, the appreciation in price would be the difference of these two values. So we have the ending stock price minus the initial stock price. That's equals column D row 6 minus column C row 6. Press enter and we have a value of 13.92 US dollars. So when we compute for the total stock return on investment, this would be equal to the appreciation in price plus the dividend divided by the initial stock price in this cell. But before we hit enter, make sure that the numerator is placed in grouping. We shall be placing open and close parentheses on the numerator. That's in one grouping divided by the denominator initial stock price. Press enter and you get a value of 0.63. This should not be in currency. It should be in percentage form. Let's do that again for stock number 2. So let's compute for the total stock return on investment. Again, we do the same formula. This is equals. The numerator should be in grouping. So that's open parenthesis. Appreciation in prices. This is the cell. Plus the dividend. This is the cell. Now it should be in grouping. So that's a close parenthesis divided by the initial stock price, which is 76.56. Press enter, and we have a value of 0.21, but still this should be in percentage form. So when I drag the formula, it should compute for stock number 3 and stock number 4. There you go. Now notice that on stock 3, we don't have a value for appreciation in price. That's why we have a 0% total stock return on investment. So to fix this, we have to compute for the appreciation in price. This should be the difference of the ending stock price and the initial stock price. So when I hit enter, there you go. ROI is 2%. So we can also do this in another form. Instead of using the cell formula, we could also do this in numbers. So this is equal to, open parenthesis, appreciation in prices is 13.92 plus dividend is 1.55, close parenthesis, divided by the denominator, initial stock price, which is 24.4. So when I hit enter, the value is 0.63.4, but if I transform this into percentage, this should be 63.4%. So in a similar manner, let me place this in 2 decimal place. There you go. So when I do this to the rest, it's like using calculator as well. So this is equals, open parenthesis, the appreciation in price, which is 12.84, plus the dividend is 3.48, close parenthesis, divided by the initial stock price 76.56. Press enter, and I have 21.32. Same with the third example. This is equals, open parenthesis, appreciation in prices is 2.08 plus the dividend is 0, close parenthesis, divided by the initial stock price is 106.27. Press enter, and we have 1.96. And lastly, just like doing your calculator, we have equals, open parenthesis, appreciation in prices is 12.80 plus dividend is 5.73, close parenthesis, divided by 11.42. Press enter, and I have 162.26. So this is using your calculator, and this is using the spreadsheet formula. So you can do method where you are most comfortable with. That's all about stocks. Thank you for watching.